Hello, my dear friends. The summer has started in Belgrade. This is the so longly waited Wednesday. I mean, not calendar-wise. It was supposed to start a couple of days ago, but it seems that this is the first sunny day after a long row of or sequence of rainy days and cloudy days. Let's see, it's not as warm, 23 degrees Celsius, but not bad at all. Today's date, where to start? MEDIALA. Do you know what's MEDIALA? It's a combination of the Serbian words med and ala, so MEDIALA. In Serbia we say e, as and. So honey and the beast, something like that. Honey and the Beast, this is the kind of association of artists, mostly painters, formed in the, maybe not even in the sense of the formal association, but more like a friendship, so to say, fellowship, of artists and other types of, painters and other types of artists, formed. The initial idea, as far as I read, came out in 1953, but more or less it was formed in 57, 58. Why I'm telling this? Because one of the, let's say, core pillar of this fellowship died on today's date in 2009. This was the famous Serbian painter Olja Ivanjicki, and at the same time she was the only female, practically only woman within this group. Practically she was also the most persistent member of the group, so to say, because she was participating in literally all the exhibitions of this group, from the very beginning until the last exhibition in 2005. I had the pleasure to know personally this wonderful lady. Yeah, really, she was so really a wonderful creature. No doubt about it. Maybe a few more words about MEDIALA. Their main motto or credo was practically connecting traditional values with modern trends. This, just to remind you, happened in this socialist country called Yugoslavia, and they were not, how to say, dissidents or something. They just were advocating for that approach in the art, which did not deviate. It did deviate from the social realism, and which was pretty much dominant back then, especially in the early days of the socialist Yugoslavia. But they were never banned from the authorities or something like that, because they never advocated for any political ideas. They just followed their artistic ideas. Some other members, let's say Milić od Mačve was one of them. There were some, Vladan Veličković, some of them were practically coming in and leaving the group, I mean, officially or unofficially. But it marked, I mean, this group, the fellowship marked one whole, not one era actually, a few eras of the development of our society. Hence, they were really popular. Some of them, Ljubo Popović, for instance, etc. I mean, then who else? Kosta Bradić, etc., etc. Yeah, looking at their, I mean, comparing their early works and the late ones, some of them then ended up in the so-called hyperrealism. Couple of them were very popular with this movement, with this approach of hyperrealism, especially painting pebbles at the beach, and also the waves, the sea waves practically coming over the pebble. Some others, like Milić od Mačve, he was painting lodges practically flying in the sky. My late uncle also had a similar, some similarity with this group. He was residing in Jagodina. Nebojša Kostić, Jagodinac. I have some of his paintings, also very, I mean, some of them very spectacular. Also with some flying objects in the sky, symbol, I mean, as symbols of various things, etc., etc. So definitely an interesting, let's say, and refreshing, let's say, movement. And interestingly, this group, they were meeting each other at strange places like kafanas, I mean restaurants, but these traditional Serbian restaurants called kafana. Then at some floating practically houses at Ada Međica and Ada Ciganlija and various other, I mean, relatively weird places. Not weird, I mean, not weird if you're an artist, definitely, or if you adore nature, but relatively strange for the general population. Okay, now we are in Beogradska street, practically approaching the crossroad with Boulevard Kralja Aleksandra, the Faculty of Law as well. We'll try to enjoy a bit the sunny day, but let me not bother you anymore. Stay healthy, Geronimo.